Who is the highest paid Premier League manager, and what do the other 19 earn? When discussing eye-watering sums, people often think about the players, but if you have the right man in the dugout, you can save millions and secure your club's future, even if you have to pay millions each year to keep them. Thus, it's not surprising to see some dramatic managerial salaries. The Daily Express recently published the annual salaries of 19 of the 20 Premier League managers. Wolves boss Gary O'Neill is the one unknown salary, but we suspect he'd be low on the list. Every other manager is said to earn at least £1 million a year, with Bournemouth boss Andoni Iraola and Sheffield United's Paul Heckingbottom on that exact figure. Next, surprisingly, comes Brighton boss Roberto De Zerbi on just £1.5 million per year, but one suspects his next contract will be significantly higher, whether that's at Brighton or elsewhere. That £1.5 million figure is also shared by Nottingham Forest boss Steve Cooper. At £2 million a year, you will find Vincent Kompany at Burnley and Rob Edwards at Luton Town, but then there is a big jump. 4 managers are listed with a salary of £4 million a year: Marco Silva at Fulham, Unai Emery at Aston Villa, Eddie Howe at Newcastle, and David Moyes at West Ham. Silva might actually be even higher, as he signed a new contract after the list was published, which could easily have come with a pay rise. At £4.5 million, we have Crystal Palace manager Roy Hodgson and Brentford's Thomas Frank, which means there are 7 managers earning £5 million or more. On that £5 million salary, we have Tottenham's Ange Postecoglou and Sean Dyche of Everton. The lovable Aussie Postecoglou has transformed a lacklustre Tottenham Hotspur side into top 4 contenders, whilst Dyche has kept Everton's heads above water since coming in, despite them always feeling a defeat or two away from re-entering relegation trouble. There is another massive jump into the top 5. In 5th, with a salary of £9 million, is Erik ten Hag at Manchester United. The £9 million spent last campaign resulted in a League Cup win and a return to the Champions League, which seems like money well spent. However, a rollercoaster season this time out has seen question marks raised about his long-term future. In 4th is Mikel Arteta, who bagged an extension worth £9.5 million a year last season. That caused some debate at the time, but many of the skeptics will have now changed their minds following the Spaniards' progressive run. Adding silverware to Arsenal's trophy cabinet will be paramount to how their campaign is viewed this time round. In 3rd comes Mauricio Pochettino at Chelsea on £10.4 million a year. With such a hefty yearly wage, Todd Boehly and his team of higher-ups might have been expecting much more from Pochettino's first few months in charge, but the team has shown glimmers of potential and could rise again. In 2nd place is Jurgen Klopp on £15 million. The German's journey with Liverpool has been nothing short of sensational. Garnering a staggering £15 million annual salary with an additional £1.5 million in bonuses, his earnings are reflective of his unparalleled success and the trust that Liverpool's management has in him. And it's not a surprise to see Manchester City's Pep Guardiola at the top of the pile. He is at the top of the rich list with a staggering £20 million annual salary. Taking bonuses into account, he typically earns another £5 million. Guardiola, often seen as the mastermind behind Manchester City's dominance in the Premier League, has an illustrious track record that places him in the higher echelons of footballing greatness. It is perhaps not surprising to see the 2 longest-serving managers in the league earning the biggest wages. The lesson being, if you find a good manager, make sure you hang on to them.